I wanted to ask you about just the difficulty with the Denver defense. Even though they scored and reflected last week against Kansas City, they did do a lot of forced. Kansas City had a lot of three and outs, forced in the field goals. What makes them so difficult, and how are you able to overcome that to be victorious on Sunday?
Well, they're really good in the pass rush. All the way across the board, those guys get after you in the passing game. In the back end, they have a lot of veterans back there. Two of the better safeties that we're going to see all year, and they're good at corners. So anytime you can have a pass rush, create a pass rush, and you're good in the back end skill wise, that's going to be a challenge. So we look forward to it. We play this team a lot. We're very familiar with this team. And what they do and how they do it. So it's just going to come down to execution. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a dogfight, a 4-quarter football game, but we got to execute all 4 quarters.
So tell me how an NFL win compares to a college win.
It's about as good as it gets. They're tough to win, very tough to win, and we've experienced that over the past couple of weeks. So anytime you get a win, you have to savor it, and you have to move on quickly so you're prepared for the next week.
Go to Fernando.
Hey, Justin. What have you seen on film from Justin Simmons and AJ Boye, two Pro Bowl players? Just what did you see on film from both of those guys?
Yeah, they're really good cover guys. They move around really well, play really good defense, and we're gonna have a good time trying to match them up, and we have to have a good week of practice. We got to get on crisp routes on offense, and just watching as much film as we can to prepare for them.
Besides them, what else jumped out to you about the Broncos defense and kind of the style that they run? Is it different than anything you've seen so far this season?
They've got some really good pass rushers, kind of like I mentioned earlier. They've got guys that jump off the ball, have great moves on defense. So watching film, getting our protections dialed up, that's going to be really important for us this week.
You got a kind of a surprise pat on the back from a very excited Justin Herbert. How was it to kind of, I guess, to get the first win and kind of be that energetic for it?
It was great, man, especially for him. Just happy for him. Happy that he was able to get the W on the bright side of playing well as he's been doing these past couple of weeks. Just been coming up short, but we finally got him one, and it's gonna be big for him. I think he's just gonna keep rising to the occasion. He's gonna keep getting better. His game's gonna keep elevating, and we're gonna do something special.
I know it's already been 5 games, but do you find yourself surprised at how well he's playing every week, and it seems like he's improving every week in every game?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, it's like he's improving every week, and he is. But he's gonna keep getting better. He's a young quarterback that can play in this league, and the more reps and the more things that he can see in the actual gameplay, he can't do nothing but learn from it.
And Keenan, just to look ahead to the game against Denver, you're going to face your old friend Melvin Gordon. How's that matchup going to be for you?
It's gonna be fun. A lot of talking, a lot of playmaking. So can't wait. Excited for it.
Can you just talk about facing Bradley Chubb this weekend and just what have you seen from him on film and what does he bring to that Broncos defense?
Oh, Bradley Chubb, everyone has a lot of respect for him. He went first round for a reason, helping Von Miller out on the other side. But, obviously Von has been out. But people still have that respect for Bradley Chubb. He's a great pass rusher. He fits perfect with their defense. So we'll be excited to go up against him, though.
Thank you.
Hey, Sam. Obviously, you guys have had a pretty different offense schematically this season as compared to last season, and then also just in terms of the quarterback back there, having a mobile guy versus what Phillip was. I'm just curious, how have the differences with the offense affected you in pass blocking and maybe made it a little bit easier for you on the edge so far this season, if at all?
I just feel like I've gained a lot of confidence this year. So, out there on the edge, knowing that our OC and our O-line coach and especially our offensive line trust us or trust everybody up there. So, it's going to be a great battle this Sunday, and I feel like we're ready, though. So,
hey, Donald, if I told you in the spring while you're in the XFL that your first 2 NFL catches would both be touchdowns, what would you have said?
I believe it. Not going to lie, I believe it.
And then just in terms of your blocking, how do you feel like you've improved since you got to the Chargers and through the offseason and then training camp? How do you feel like you've improved as a blocker?
They definitely instilled the importance of it in terms of, my career. and making sure that, you know, I'm taking strides forward, you know, to become a better blocker, you know, get my name out there as an, you know, all around tight end. So this program has definitely helped me out.
And, you know, obviously Hunter Henry, top of the depth chart as a tight end. He's, you know, one of the best all-around tight ends in football, and obviously blocking is a big part of his game. What kind of example does he set in terms of being that two-way tight end that can, you know, not only catch passes but also be a force as a blocker?
You know, he's always instilling in me and Steven and Burge, you know, just making sure that we're, you know, learning the techniques and, you know, making sure that we're always making strides forward in terms of blocking and making sure that we're always, you know, working hard at that side of the game as well.
Hey, entering Sunday, 11 different guys have either caught a touchdown or rushed for a touchdown. And I think only 8 all of last year. What do you attribute that to?
I think it's just spreading the ball around, really. Justin's doing a nice job of spreading the ball around, and guys are stepping up. Obviously, you design plays for certain guys, and sometimes it doesn't come up the way you want to, and he does a nice job of going through his progression and finding the next guy. So it's been good.
And how much does it put pressure on a defense to really account for everybody, not just homing in on maybe 1 or 2, you know, the big name guys?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when you can spread the ball around to multiple guys, obviously you got to count for everybody on the field. So the more we can do it, the better.
Can you just talk about you've been improving your run game, your run stopping game the last few years. This week you guys face Phillip Lindsay and former teammate Melvin Gordon. Just what have you seen from tape on both of those guys and how they're running this year?
Yeah, I mean, we already know what Melvin can do. He's a big, strong runner that you got to make sure you wrap up and take him down by his legs. Going to try to get the ball out of his hand, see if we could cause some turnovers. And Lindsey, we know what he can do as well, seeing him the last few years. They're great runners, and we know if we get out of our gaps and we don't play gap sound football and do our assignments, they're going to break it on us. So I think it's just important for all of us to get push and, you know, just do our job this week. And I think if we could shut down the run, we're going to have a good chance of getting after the quarterback.
Joey, are these weeks different for you guys going up against division rivals? Do you feel like there's more intensity going into the week, or do you just feel like it's another game?
You know, there's definitely some more intensity sometimes. This week, right now, we're just focused. I don't think we care who's in front of us. We just want to get back to 500 and keep rolling.
Yes, I know practice and games are two totally different things, but is there any advantage going up against a player that used to be on your team on the offensive side?
Well, I mean, the players feel like they have a good, you know, they know who he is as a person. They know what type of a competitor he is. So that part, you know, is good. But, you know, now we're really studying him. You know, we're really analyzing him and his running styles and his different things. As, you know, when he gets in space, how does he try to make guys miss? You know, so there's a different level of getting to know Melvin. I would say that definitely compared to maybe how we approached it, you know, when he was on the team. So, you know, he's been impressive now. He's running extremely hard. They're doing some things out of the backfield. They're getting him alive out there, you know, with wheel routes and things like that. He caught a big touchdown pass on a wheel route. So, you know, they're really trying to utilize his skill set, and I can see why they're probably pretty pleased with his performance thus far.
Casey, it had been a while since you guys won a game, you know, but you guys snapped the 4-game losing streak. How was the energy in the locker room, and how much of a, I guess, energy boost could this be to turn the season around?
Oh, it definitely felt good to get a win, no matter, you know, when it is, because it's a long season, you know, very long season. We got 10 more games left. I think that's right. Yeah. Then we got 10 more games left. And, hey, we trying to win them one by one. This week we got the Broncos, and we just want to, you know, chip away, and try to get this team to 500 and just see how it goes from there. But we got a Broncos this week. But it definitely felt good to win those games. It's definitely a different mindset coming to watch film when you're winning and losing. So when you're losing, it's definitely a little different watching the film. You know, when you're losing, the mistakes, you know, they magnify a little bit more. And then when you're winning, it's definitely magnified. You're going to talk about it, but it's something you can clean up. And always good to win and talk about it instead of losing and talking about it.